Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and welcome back to some more Dragalia content. In today's video, I am going to be going over the Ambitions in Bloom showcase banner and giving you my little preview thoughts on it and whether you should summon or not. Now, first up, the question is, should you summon? Before we get started, I'm going to answer that. No, you should not summon. The rest of the video, I'm kind of going to be analyzing these units and saying why I believe you should not summon. So, first things first, if you want to enter the free $10 gift card giveaway I have going on for either in Apple, or Google Play Store, just click the first description and enter. It's for free. So yeah, next up, so Ambitions in Bloom is happening right after the Eastern Emissary Showcase and the Dragalia Showcase, which you probably ended up pulling on one of those two, and if you didn't, then you either have a super strong willpower to save up for who you want, or you are waiting for summer. So if you wanted to pull, you probably would have already pulled, which means that you don't want to pull on these units since they are not limited. They are going to stay in the summoning pool, even though there's a couple not reskins, but like units we've already had just redressed, kind of like how Zardan got a 5-star unit, but these ones are actually the exact same rarity that they were before. But let's not talk about that. So let's begin with the reviews. Also, this is a showcase going along with the Echoes of Antiquity raid events. Raid event, right? I think it's a raid event. Yeah, raid event, which is a flame advantage event. So you want to get flame advantage for that. So if you don't have a good flame team at all, you might want to pull on this. If you're a newer player, you might want to do some summons just to get some flame units. But otherwise, like I said, I recommend that you do not summon on this. So let's first up go over the first unit that's here. So I just want to say that this banner will last until June 11th at 10:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So be sure to keep that in mind. So it's going to be here for about 12 days, something like that. So yeah, keep that in mind. So first up is going to be Student Maribel, which is a flame staff unit, attacking unit, of course. So Maribel has a new alt, and it's the exact same weapon type, just a different element, and the exact same rarity since she was already 5 stars. So flame element instead of wind element this time, which I'm glad they changed elements for her. But she's a lolly, so we have lolly Maribel. Well, she was already a lolly, but now she's like a actual high school lolly. So yeah, Student Maribel, her strength is 513, which is actually pretty high if you want to compare that to her. So let's compare both of her stats, both her strength and her HP, to her normal, or not her normal, yeah, her normal alt. So her normal alt had a strength of 512 and a maximum HP of 748. So they kind of just traded 1 point into the two stats. So that's really all that this is. They just traded 1 point. But you got to keep in mind that more strength on a DPS unit is what you want. Now, her other one was wind, staff. Oh, no, it's a wand. Sorry, it's not a staff. It's called a wand. I keep getting wand and staff. It's a wand. But you can see what the wand type is anyways. And an attack unit. So she just traded element. That's literally the only thing she traded. And she traded 1 point from HP to strength. So this is technically stronger than her first one. But is it actually stronger? Let's talk about it. So her 2 skills. Steady Break deals flame damage to enemies directly ahead and reduces their defense by 5%. And then Happy Memories deals flame damage to surrounding enemies. Now she has 2 attacking skills compared to her other alts, or her normal alts. Save the Day deals wind damage to the target and nearby enemies and reduces their defense by 5%. And then her other one, not one step closer, deals wind damage to enemies in a line. So instead of dealing wind damage to enemies in a line, you're doing it to surrounding enemies. And then the first one is enemies directly ahead, while the other one is target and nearby enemies. So it's both still attacking skills, just a little bit different. We have to see how they actually work. Now, there's a video which I'm hopefully going to be playing as I'm discussing this. There's a video which talks, or it doesn't talk, but it shows how the skills work. We have to see what their damage is looking. Hopefully, they're just as strong as Maribel's 2 current skills. Currently, Maribel is one of the best DPS units. Well, I want to say one of the best, but she's a really good DPS unit. She's tier 1. Actually, so she's very good at the moment. She's the best ranged unit that's wind, I believe, at the moment. So she's a very good unit with her normal one, and I'm sure this one will follow suit and be just about as good. Since abilities, let's talk about her abilities. So abilities, obviously, skill damage plus 15%, like all wands. They're wands, right? They're called wands. So all wands do. They're not staffs. They're wands. So that's what her ability is. But her abilities, first up is full HP equals skill damage plus 40%, which is the exact same ability that her normal one has. We've seen that this is a great ability if you are at full HP. It helps tremendously. But are you going to be at full HP most of the time, honestly? For wind, I would say yeah, since in my high Mercury, you can dodge everything. But HMS, there's a couple hits, which is what you're going to want to bring her to. And again, HMS is super easy. You don't need any of these units to clear HMS. So you get hit a couple times, and you're going to have to heal up. But you can keep that full HP for the most part. There's only like, what, 2 or 3 hits where you can't really, I think 3 hits. No, two different moves, but it's like at different times. I don't know. 2 different hits that you can't dodge, and that's going to hurt you. So yeah, so that's the only problem. But like I said, it's honestly like it's not 3 different moves. Okay, anyways, let's stop talking about it. You're going to keep full HP for the most part as long as you're good. So you can get that and deal a ton of damage, and it really does help out for her DPS. Next up is Stun Res, which is perfect for High Midgard Stormer. Which not really much to say about that other than it's perfect for High Midgard Stormer. Then you have Broken Punisher plus 30% rather than Skill Prep plus 100%. So this is really interesting. Broken Punisher isn't the greatest ability, honestly. Would I take Skill Prep over that though? I don't know. Skill Prep, you can kind of cheese some battles, and if you have the if you have your third skill using your weapon, then you can that's automatically prepped as well, and it does help out with DPS since you get them off all earlier, etc., etc. So I don't know, but Broken Punisher is nice. So I'm not really sure what I would rather have. Honestly, I'm not really sure. It does help out with your DPS a little bit though. I want to say helps out tremendously because that only is useful on bosses where they actually break. It's not useful in anything else. So that's the only issue with Broken Punisher. But again, she's a good unit. She's probably going to be about as strong as her other ones. So she might be, low tier 1, maybe tier 2, depending on that. We'll have to see what the damage modifiers are on her things. But I would say low tier 1 is going to be where she's probably placed at. Again, High Midgard Stormer is already easy enough. You don't need her to beat it. She's just a great unit all around. But again, you don't need her to beat any content. So that's my analysis on Student Maribel. Next up, we actually have another alt. We got 2 alts in this banner, and this is an alt of Aileen. This is Nurse Aileen. Now, she is a water element staff. So this is actually a staff, not a wand. This one's a staff. Healing unit, 4 stars actually, which is super surprising. She's the exact same rarity that she was at 4 stars. Now, we don't really have a full analysis on Nurse Aileen, so I can't talk too much about it, but I can give some predictions. So first up, your first thought's probably RIP Thaniel, but it's actually not RIP Thaniel because in the video, she heals a stun from, I believe, Orsum. I believe she heals a stun. So she's probably going to be a stun res adventure rather than a burn res adventure, which is what Thaniel is. So she's probably going to be useful in different content than Thaniel is. So Thaniel mains, don't fret, Thaniel's still going to be the best healer for Hybrid and Hilda, but Aileen is just going to be another option, which I actually really like. It's just another option rather than a full-on replacement, which it's nice. But again, Aileen's probably not going to be burn res, so just keep that in mind. What her other 2 abilities are, I'm not really sure. What her 2 skills are, they both do healing, so that's better than Thaniel's heals already. But again, like I said, we got to see exactly what they do. She's probably going to be a better overall healer than Thaniel, but Thaniel's probably going to be better for Hybrid and Hilda because he has burn res and he can heal burns while she can probably heal stuns. So just keep that in mind. Also, it looks like it's only a single target stun heal, but I don't know. We'll have to see once it's actually released, like I said. So yeah, that's Nurse Aileen. I really liked her design. I'm surprised she's not a 5-star, honestly. But yeah, I really like it how she's not a complete replacement of Thaniel. Most likely, like I said, most likely. Next up, we have Sarina, another 4-star. So double 4 stars on the banner, which I'm really happy about. Flame element this time, not water. I don't know why there's a water one, but flame element. And she's a sword. Of course, she's a flame sword. Why would you not have another flame sword? It's not like we have enough of those already, right? Right? So another flame sword. I believe she was on a worm print earlier, Sarina. So I'm glad she's finally in the game. We're only missing, what, Fort and who else are we missing on worm prints? I believe there's this one blonde girl that we don't have yet in the game. So we're only missing a couple people, adventurers that are on worm prints. So that are not in the game yet. She's a defense unit, which is surprising as a sword, defense sword. I believe, is Marty a defense unit? I think he might be. She has 2 attacking skills, though, as a defense unit, which is real interesting. It looks like one of them gives critical rate up on her, so that's interesting. And then they're both attacking skills, so she can definitely take advantage of her attacking worm prints. We have to see what her what her abilities are and how her skills actually work to see how good she's going to be. Is she going to be great though? Honestly, you probably already have, Yuden. Well, you do have Yuden, and you might have Naveed, you might have Marty, you might have Marth. If you have Marth, if you have Naveed, you probably don't need her. She's probably going to be stun res and good for high Midgard Stormer. But like I said, Yuden also has stun res and is good for high Midgard Stormer, while Naveed has sleep res and is good for onslaughts and future content that requires that. So you probably don't need Sarina, but I like her design. I'm really happy they added her. Like I said, finally they added her. So yeah, I'm really happy that she's in the game. I really like her, and I believe I believe the foxtail is not real. So in case you're wondering, she's not an actual fox. She's a Sylvan, I think. I'm not 100% positive, but I really like how there's like a little evil minion thing right there. But on her, on her thing, there's like a drawing of a minion and she's fighting that. I don't know. Okay, enough. I like Sarina. I'm really happy she's here. But is she going to be great? Probably not. But again, we have to see. Next up is a new dragon. And this new dragon is actually going to be Konohana Sakia. I really like her design. That's the first thing I'm going to say. She's a flame dragon. And she has a really interesting ability. But first, her skill deals flame damage to the target and nearby enemies and increases the damage dealt by the user's next skill by 40%, which is interesting. But let's talk about her abilities now. Flame strength plus 20% and flame skill damage plus 70%. So all this together, you basically get 110% skill damage on one skill per game, 2 skills per game potentially, depending on how many times you shapeshift, and permanent strength plus 20%. So you're basically trading 40% strength for 70% skill damage at all times, with a 40% extra boost in skill damage every like once or twice per match. So is this going to be better than Agni and Cerberus? Honestly, I would say she's about on par. I don't think she's going to be better. I think for certain adventures she will be better, but certain adventures she will not. A certain Redditor made a post which kind of mentioned which adventures she's going to be better on. I don't remember where it was or who it talked about, but there's some adventures that she will be better on than Agni and Cerberus, but for the most part, they're about even. It has something to do with, if you have too much skill damage, eventually it would be better to just have strength up. So that's kind of why she's not just exponentially miles better than Agni and Cerberus. So at first I thought that she would be absolutely broken, but again, she's not exponentially better because it's better to spread your damage out across different areas rather than just throwing all your damage just in skills. So that's the reason she's not so much better than Agni and Cerberus. She's, if anything, just a tiny bit better. And a tiny bit worse on some adventures. Yeah, a tiny bit better on some adventures and a tiny bit worse on other adventures. So I would say she's about on par. If you have Agni and Cerberus, you definitely do not need to worry about pulling for her. But she's very good. Like I said, probably on par with Agni and Cerberus in terms of flame strength dragons. So I'm really happy they added this new ability thing with skill damage. I really like that. So that's my overall analysis on this banner. Remember, they're all going to be in the permanent pool. You do not need to summon for them right away. So do not stress too much if you can't pull whoever you want. Again, if they're your waifus or husbandos, go ahead and pull for them if it makes you happy. But keep in mind, summer is coming. After this banner, we're probably going to get a dragon special because they both end the banner and the raid on the same exact day, which the last one we had a couple days afterwards. So yeah, we're probably going to get like a dragon special or something. But, don't quote me on that. Nobody really knows. We're going to have to wait and see. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike. All feedback helps me out, and I really do appreciate it. I would want to improve my content, so I really do appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section down below. Do you think people should pull? Do you think people shouldn't pull? I'm personally not going to be pulling since I pulled for Mim. So yeah, that's going to be everything. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.